Today we're going to be talking about Brighter Shores, which is a new MMO from the creator of Runescape, Andrew Gower. The narrative elements in the game have been written by his brother, Paul Gower. The two Gower brothers created the original Runescape back in 2001, so it has been some time, but they've been hard at work on this new game. If you don't know what Runescape is, it's the largest free-to-play MMORPG of all time, though if you're here, I assume you probably know what RuneScape is, but the player base for that game is something like 300 million accounts that have been created. It's been continually updated since its original release, so a ton of people continue to still play RuneScape to this day in multiple different versions. The closed beta for Brighter Shores will be available later this year. He hasn't stated exactly when the date for that is going to be, but considering that the game is going to be released in the third quarter of 2024, which is very soon actually, I assume it's going to be a little bit before that, maybe like a month or two before that release date. The development has been going on for 10 years, so this isn't something that's brand new that he's just, been working on for a year or something like that. This is something that he's been planning to do for a very long time and been working on for a very long time. One key difference from Brighter Shores to RuneScape is that this is not a tick-based system, something that Andrew Gower himself confirmed on Twitter. So what that basically means is in a tick-based system, you are able to do multiple actions based on canceling the action. So you can kind of think of it like frame canceling, which is something you can do in other games. So basically you input an action. So let's just say you slash a sword. You input that action and then it comes out, and then there's an animation for that action. What this would allow you to do is take that action and then cancel the animation in the middle of it. That's kind of what the tick-based system allowed you to do in combat. So this isn't a tick-based system. It's going to be a bit more, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, a bit more dynamic, I guess, a bit more fast-paced. The movement is actually grid-based, so you can think of that as something like, a lot of rogue-like games where the movement is all grid-based, you're moving on a grid. So that's actually something that I like personally. That's something that I really enjoy in roguelike games. The plan is kind of to develop the game over a long period of time. So this isn't going to be something that he's just putting out and then it's done. You can think of it in the same way that old school RuneScape is. It's something that they're continually updating over a long period of time. This could go on for many years depending on how successful the game is. Obviously, if it's very successful, he'll be much more likely to continue development. He has kept in mind that he would like to make it less of a grind than RuneScape, so you might see like an evolution of the way that skills work. In RuneScape, you were able to grind for a very long time on different things like logging and pretty much absolutely everything that you could possibly think of. Mining, you can get your different skills up to a very high level, and it takes a long time to do that. So it sounds like there's not going to be as much of that in this, though it sounds like there's still going to be skill systems and professions and things. There is not going to be any microtransactions, so that is the plan for right now, even though it is free to play. Instead, there's going to be a premium pass, so that'll give you access to certain areas, a unique character name, armor dyes, a name change, and player-to-player trading. So there will be some things locked behind that premium pass, but not a ton of things. He hasn't gone into detail on exactly the price that that's going to be, but I would expect something like anywhere from $5 to $15 for that. It'll probably be like a monthly thing, I would assume. But like I said, he hasn't gone into any detail on what exactly that's going to look like, so we'll see as we get closer to the release of the game. So there you have it. That is Brighter Shores. It looks like that is going to be releasing on the third quarter of 2024. I would say take that with a grain of salt. You know, MMOs can always push back their dates, but it sounds like he's been pretty hard at work developing the game for a while now. So I'm not as skeptical of that release date as I might be for some other games. Here we have a little bit of a look at what combat will be like, what the UI of that will be like. Well, there are little tidbits here and there. And obviously, there's the trailer to look at if you want to comb through it yourself. That is pretty much all the information we're getting. We're just getting this. We're just getting the Steam store release of it. It is not out yet, like I said, but the Steam page is already up, so you can take a look at that. Some of the screenshots in here that I'm going through right now. But yeah, not a ton of information. Nothing though. He's gone into pretty good detail about what the game is about, so you can kind of expect that it'll be pretty similar in some ways to RuneScape, but maybe a bit more fast-paced, a little bit less grind. You can take a look at what the inventory system is going to look like down there with the backpack. A ton of different locations too, so it seems like there's going to be a lot of different places right off the bat, which is great. You gotta imagine that coming into an MMO after a 10-year development is going to be pretty scary because you never know how people are going to react to what you're doing, but the guy's done it before. So all right, so there it is. That is Brighter Shores, coming out in third quarter of 2024, very soon. This game, he literally just put out his first trailer like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or something like that. So he's been kind of hinting at something for a little bit now, but there it is. That is Brighter Shores. Expected out later this year, most likely. Keep in mind, dates are subject to change, so don't feel too bad if that gets pushed back a little bit. But it seems like for now, this is the date and that you can expect it. Go check it out for yourself. Try to find little tidbits of information here and there. He has a Twitter that you can go check out, that he's talked a little bit about the game, and that you can kind of keep updated on what he is doing. There it is.